Today is May the 25th, 2026, Monday. It's Memorial Day. I'm out here in a little city called Bell City, Missouri. My mother, she was raised, not born, but she was raised in Bell City, Missouri. I'm at the cemetery. I'm at the J.C. Pullen Memorial Garden or cemetery here where my cousin Larry Gene Wallace, uh, uh, a Vietnam War veteran who was killed in the Vietnam War in 1971. He was killed not by the people that they was fighting against, but actually he was stationed in Germany, and years later I found out from somebody that lived in Chicago, lived a couple of doors down from me, who was in the Vietnam War with my cousin, and they were stationed in Germany at the time, and he said that they told the blacks not to go out at night by themselves. And my cousin went out by himself, and they found him dead in the streets the next day. So he was murdered. It's no surprise because I'm gonna go visit the next cemetery, which is in Bloomfield, Missouri, where my dad, which is a World War II veteran, and my uncle, his brother, is a Korean War veteran. And I'm gonna go visit them. And all three of them, my cousin, Larry Gene Wallace told me when he came out on a leave, he came to Chicago where we was at because his grandmother and my grandmother, which his mother and my mother's was sisters. His mother was my mother's younger sister. May all them rest in peace. But he told us about the racism there. My dad told me about the racism when he was in World War II, where they didn't allow the blacks to sleep in the same bunkers with the whites. My uncle, may he rest in peace, told me about the racism when he was there in the Korean War. But let me go to his gravesite over here and head on down. I'm parked out here in front of the Pullens. I know the family. This is their church, and this is their cemetery where some veterans that grew up in this area is at. My cousin Larry, his brother Alice Wallace is buried out here. My cousin's mother, Alice Wallace, and Larry Wallace, sister is buried out here. And their mother is buried out here. I'm gonna go over here where you can see the flags where it's some veterans that's buried out here where you see the American flag. I believe this is my cousin's. A few years back I came with some Dawn and some Grillo pads. Y'all can see, well, not Grillo pads, some pads, because this what you see here. I had to clean it off. That's the flag is out here on this thing. But this is my cousin here, you know. May him and all the other military soldiers that passed away rest in peace, and I salute all those that's alive that stand for justice for all. I don't promote racism. I don't care what color you are. But this is my cousin Larry Gene Wallace, Vietnam. He was born June the 30th, 1951. He died June the 3rd, 1971. I believe Larry was probably about 18 or 19 when he was drafted in the United States Army. Like I said, when he came on leave, he told us about the racism inside of there. And a lot of people don't want to speak about that. They speak about these heroes, but they don't speak about the racism. It's important to teach the racism, not to make people hate other people of race, but to let it be known the United States Army wasn't and probably still not what they claim to be. You see what I'm saying? You know, when you ain't black, you don't understand. Some people don't understand. But one thing about my family, even though they experienced racism in the United States Army, they never taught us racism. May everybody out here rest in peace. This is out in the middle of what I say nowhere, you know, but everywhere, somewhere, ain't it, y'all? Let me head to Bloomfield, Missouri, where my dad is buried, where my dad, Johnny A. Ivy Sr., and my uncle, his brother, Ernest Ivy, is buried. Peace be still. Today is Monday, May the 25th, 2025. It's about 1:16 p.m. I'm out here. I just came from J.C. Pullen's Memorial Garden Cemetery in Bell City, Missouri. Now I'm about 26 minutes or 26 miles away in Bloomfield, Missouri, at the Veterans Cemetery. Just came from visiting my cousin's gravesite, a veteran, Larry Gene Wallace, who was killed in the Vietnam War. Now I'm here at the Missouri Veterans Cemetery at Bloomfield, Missouri, where my dad, Johnny A. Ivy Sr., a World War II honorably discharged veteran, and his brother, his younger brother, Ernest Ivy, a career war veteran. May all of them rest in peace. The YouTube video would tell the history of my family in the military and what they experienced while in the military. Let me get a closer look here. All right, here we go at the Missouri Veterans Cemetery at Bloomfield, Missouri. Those are my family members that can't make it out here, that's in Chicago, Japan, and other places around the nation. I'm coming up here to pay the respect for all of us. Let me go on down to row K, where my uncle Ernest Ivy is buried at, and I'll be back. I'm out here at K row, where my uncle, may rest in peace, Ernest Ivy, corporal in the United States Army, Korean War, born July the 20th, 1931. God called him home on February the 27th, 2004. May he rest in peace. This is my dad's younger brother. Grew up, born and raised in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. After he got out of the war, he moved to Chicago, Illinois, stayed for a number of years, and moved to Florida, stayed for a number of years, and then came back to his birthplace, Charleston, Missouri, where he passed away. He was honorably discharged, and those family members, he have two daughters alive, Tina W. and Brenda W. Brenda Watson and Ernestine got part of her daddy's name, Watson. We call her Tina. And all his other grandchildren and great grandchildren. Just letting y'all know I'm out here paying the respects for all of us. And even though his experience inside of the war or before he went to the war, the experience of the racism before he went to the war and why he was in the war, and when he got back out, despite all of that, he still looked at all human beings as one. Matter of fact, my uncle became a preacher. His daddy, my grandfather, may he rest in peace, Barry B. Ivy, born February the 18th, 1892. He was a pastor. Let me go down to Iro with my dad. Ain't that something? Last name Ivy. He's buried. But my cousin Larry Wallace, he was born and raised in the sites of Missouri, Bell City, Missouri area. My dad, I'm finna go down there where he at now in Iro. Rest in peace, Uncle Ernest Ivy. We called him PC. This is Iro where my dad is buried. He was the second one, which my uncle, his brother, was the second one buried in Cairo. Matter of fact, his brother, when they built this cemetery, I think they built it in 2003, and it wasn't a good year old when my Uncle Ernest Ivy was buried out here. But this is my dad, Johnny A. Ivy Sr., a private in the United States Army, World War II, born November the 19th, 1927. He died on my oldest daughter's birthday, January the 30th, 2021. Me and my two young daughters, we came together and said that this is what we wanted to put on his headstone. He served and kept the faith. He served and kept the faith. It's kind of unusual for most people put he was the loving father, loving brother, etc. But we decided to put he served and kept the faith in spite of what he went through before he was drafted in World War II to go up against Adolf Hitler, one of the most racist human beings probably ever walked the earth. I know it's plenty more, but he was experiencing racism then, and he was drafted. And when he went into war, he told me his stories. I made YouTube videos of it. He told me about the racism before he went in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, and why he was in the war, where they separated the blacks from the whites. And when he got out of the war, the racism was still there. And him and my mother decided before they had children, they'll move to Chicago, get married, and have children. They had 9 of us. Rest in peace, Dad. And I thank all these soldiers out here, all of them, for fighting for justice for all, even though still today, 2026, it's still not justice for all. See all these grave sites, these people fought that all human beings would be created equal or treated equal. That's what God created the earth for. But we got a long ways to go. And I don't blame all white people for the racism that's uh, uh, towards blacks, because all whites is it don't feel that way. Matter of fact, it was the Democrats that wanted to keep slavery. It was the Republicans that was fighting. But I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican, because both of them is corrupt. The Republicans is and got out really out of hand, and I'm not speaking up for the Democrats, because I put God before I put any of them. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, back to my dad, his brother Ernest Ivy, their nephew, my cousin Larry Jean Wallace. May all y'all rest in peace, and may justice be done for my cousin Larry Jean Wallace, because it wasn't like what the military told my family, that he was killed in action, but he was killed in the streets of Germany because he went out at night by himself. And we know how it was back in the 70s. There's still places today there's racism. But I don't just celebrate the veterans on what they call Memorial Day. I celebrate them 365 days a year, 366 every leap year. When my dad was buried here, this headstone wasn't even here. Me and my two daughters, my three daughters and my then two grandsons, our grandchildren's granddaughter and grandson, we came out here with the hearse driver, the funeral director, and actually watched him lift my dad's casket from there, and actually watched him put it in the hole. They don't normally do that. But this headstone wasn't there. Apparently this particular person, I'm assuming, let me see, that's February. I don't know how they did it. But this person died February the 3rd, 2021, and my dad died January the 30th, 2021. But however it is, may all of them rest in peace. And I thank them for their service. Thank those who are alive for your service. And I'm going to say, peace, be still.